This is the plaintiff, Florence Odusota. She says the defendant helped her buy a car at an auction and ship it to her son in Africa, and the guy botched everything up. Not only did he buy a piece of garbage car that her son can't sell, it sat in a warehouse in Nigeria for weeks and incurred massive storage charges. The defendant owes her big time. He knows it, and that's why she's suing for $5,000, the money she's owed. This is the defendant, Uche Onyanusi. He says he really tried to do a good deed and help the plaintiff out. So he went to the car auction for her, bought a car, and had it shipped to Africa. He made no money off of this deal. It was just trying to be a nice guy. After the car arrived in Africa, the plaintiff calls him and says she changed her mind, doesn't want the car anymore, and wants all her money back. Huh? Life doesn't work like that, sweetheart. He's accused of making a mess of things.
All parties, please raise your right hand. You seated? Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Ms. Odusote,
Yes,
you are suing Mr. Onyanusi for $5,000 that you feel he owes you. Tell me what happened. You struck a deal with him.
I met him through a tenant that came from Nigeria to buy some car, which is his friend. So he stayed in my house for...
So a mutual friend of the two of yours.
A mutual friend of him.
Okay.
So he stayed in my house for 3 months.
Who did? The friend?
Larry, his friend.
His friend. Okay, your friend. He's in your house too.
Yeah, he's in my house.
Okay.
So then me and Larry were talking about what did you come to New York to do? So Larry told me that he came here to buy car.
Cars.
Yeah, cars.
Not for him personally, but to ship back to Africa.
To sell.
For profit.
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? I said, I want to buy car too, but this time I don't have money. Then he said, okay, you know what? I have a friend that take me out, that he have a deal, is a dealer, that he will introduce him to me. So I think he called Uche. So Uche came into our house one night. So then we were discussed. So Uche said, okay, I take people to auction to buy car.
To auctions.
Yes, I said, okay. I said, I will have interest to go on auction. So one day he called me. He said, I'm ready to go to auction today. I said, but I'm not ready. He said, no, just to go and see.
What does ready mean? Like you have your clothes on or you have the money? What does ready mean?
Like,
that you have enough money?
Time.
Oh, you don't have time? Okay. All right.
But I don't have money. I don't have time.
Okay.
So he said, okay, let's go. I have somebody else to go with me too. I said, okay. But I'm not buying car. He said, you just go there to see. So we saw 2 Honda Accord.
What?
2 Honda Accord car.
2 Honda Accords.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, which is year 2000. So I said, I like this. So, but the price, he said that is the mileage is over 200,000. I said, I don't like car over 200,000. That is garbage. He said, oh, you will reduce. He said that when the car gets to Nigeria, they will reduce the mileage.
That's cheating.
Yeah, I said, I'm not in part
your
of
countrymen.
that.
That's kind of.
I said, I'm not in part because see, when these guys sell the car, maybe in 6 months
Wait,
they're going to bring it
you
back.
haven't even gotten into business with him, and the guy's already told you that he's willing to roll back your odometer to cheat people. That doesn't make you nervous?
Yeah, I will pay $300 to reduce that. That's what they do. So after we left, so I have a meeting on 38th Street. So we were going. He said, oh, ma, if you want a car, just give me money. I'll give me a check. When I see a nice car, I will buy it for you.
You're kidding me.
So I gave him.
So you did that?
So I gave him.
He just told you that he's willing to cheat people at home and change their mind. So you handed him a check for how much?
$1,500.
Really? And then you leave it up to him to decide if it's a good car?
Listen.
So when I gave him the money, so I said, okay. So he called me 3 days after. He said, I'm in auction in Long Island. He said, I'm driving this on the Accord 2000. I said, okay. I said, but I told you I don't want high mileage and I don't want V6. That 6-cylinder, they don't like that in Africa because it takes too much gas. I said, that's what I told you I don't. She said, oh no, this car is 120,000 mileage. He said, and I'm driving it now. I said, okay, if the car is good, buy it. So he said, okay. So he came back, he called me, said, I already bought the car. I said, okay,
Wait, stop. You didn't go to the auction. You didn't ask to see paperwork. You didn't ask for a picture, nothing? And you just told him, okay, yes, if it's good to you, it's good to me. Go buy the car.
Because he's like, that's his job. So I thought that, you know what?
Were you paying him to do this for you?
No, he said, go charge me $200 for the dealer fees.
For him?
Yeah, for him.
So you were paying him to do this for you?
So yeah, I'm going to pay after I see the car, I'm going to pay him $200 dealer, they call dealer fees.
Okay, and when were you going to see the car?
So after he at Long Island, so he said, okay, they're going to bring the car to the shipping company in the Bronx. So he came to my house in the morning. He said, you know what? I need the money to tow the car to the Bronx. So give me $200 to tow the car, and I gave him $200 in the morning to tow the car. So now, 2 days after, I call him. Oh, so the 5th day now he came to.
Why 5 days pass and you don't go look at the car?
So he's the one to take me. I didn't know the shipping company.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you get to see the car before it went to Africa?
No.
So the car went to Africa when? How many days after the purchase?
He told me he sent the car.
Who shipped the car to Africa?
He shipped it.
Okay, but why did you ship the car to Africa without her seeing it?
Actually, she saw the pictures of the car and approved that I buy the car.
Did you send her pictures of the car before it went to the shipping place?
I did, before I even bought the car.
How did you send those pictures? By email, by text?
I scanned it and I sent it to her phone.
Show me what you sent her.
I don't have because I lost my phone, so this is the new phone.
I don't want your new phone. I want proof of what you sent her, because she says you sent her nothing.
I sent her the picture, actually.
I know, I want you to prove it. Did he send you the pictures?
He sent the picture to my brother in Africa.
Okay. Show me the picture he sent your brother. So if you're telling me it's two different cars, show me the picture he sent your brother.
He sent it to my brother email and not me. He sent it to me.
Yeah, but the brother's still your brother. You knew you were coming to court today, and you don't have that?
No, this is in Africa. I didn't have the email.
It's an email. Your brother can send it back. It didn't actually go to Africa. It's an email. It's in cyberspace.
This is the picture of the car here.
This is a picture of the car?
Yes.
Wait, who took those pictures?
The guy that cleared the car in Nigeria.
Okay, because the car gets to Nigeria, and according to you, it's a V6, which you say you told him you didn't want.
Yeah, and 200, can you give it to me?
And 200 what?
220 mileage.
Okay, now, and just a moment. Talk to me about that. She says that's not a car she authorized you to buy, because she told you she wanted it under 200, and you told her that it was 120. No. And she tells you, and she says she told you she didn't want a V6 because that doesn't sell well.
Based on the mileage, she wanted the highway mileage because of the price. She didn't want a car that would exceed 2,000. So we went for a cheaper car. And the only way for us to get a cheaper car, the mileage have to be a little bit higher.
Are you telling me that, how much mileage does this car have?
It's over 200,000.
Okay, did you tell her that?
She knew everything.
Did you tell her that?
I told her.
And she said, yes, go ahead, buy it?
She authorized me to buy it.
Okay, and you say he's a liar.
He told me it's 120 mileage.
Okay, and nobody has any proof of which way this went.
Because
how much did you pay? Just a second, sir. How much did you pay for the car?
Actually, the car was for $1,300.
So now you're suing not just for the money you paid for the car. You say you paid $1,500. He says you paid $1,300.
I gave him a check for $1,500.
So if you paid $1,300, where'd the other $200 go?
The towing from Hartford to the shipping company.
She says she gave you an additional $200 for the towing.
No, you paid $200.
Do you have proof of what you gave him? The money you gave? Show me the proof of all the money you gave him.
I gave him.
No, do not read from some piece of paper. How did you pay him? In cash?
Yes.
Did you get receipts?
No.
This is all handwritten, Your Honor.
Did you ask her for another $200 for the tow?
I only asked her for $1,200 for the shipping.
Did you ask her for another $200 for the tow?
No.
So if the car was $1,300, the other $200 went for the tow?
For the tow.
And then you asked her for another $1,200 for shipping.
That was what they...
All of which time you could say to him, well, no, I'm not going to give you the shipping. I need to see the car first.
Welcome back to the People's Court, Harvey Levin here. So, does she have a leg to stand on if she didn't look at the paperwork and protect herself?
I honestly think that if there's a history of trust between the two parties, the lady and the man, then she definitely has something to stand.
So it doesn't matter if she did nothing, she has a right to sue the guy?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it just depends on she thought he was gonna get a good car and he didn't get a good car.
But she didn't do anything to protect herself.
Yeah.
No, she definitely should have looked at some paperwork or something.
Or maybe had the car inspected or said have it inspected?
Absolutely, I would have.
Okay, fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
Why do you give him $1,200 more for shipping?
Because he said the car's already at the port.
So why don't you go and look at it? Why do you leave everything to him? It's like, you left everything to him. And so why would you leave everything to him instead of going and looking at it? If you give him the $1,200, what do you think he's going to do with the $1,200? He's going to ship it. Well, hopefully. And that's what he does. He ships it. So how are you saying, I didn't get to see the car before it left? No kidding.
Because I trust him. He told me it's a good car, that the car is running good.
He thought it was a good car. He thought it was a good car. Where, you say, well, I don't like how this is a V6 and I don't like how this is over 200. But how are you going to prove that those are things you told him and he didn't tell you? And there's no paperwork. There's no text between the two of you. There's no emails between the two of you. He says he told you, well, look, at the price you want, this has higher mileage and that you okayed it. How do I know that this didn't just become a problem when Larry was on the receiving end and Larry said, I can't sell this one? And, how do I know? How do I know?
I already told him I don't want 200,000 mileage. I told him at the auction place.
Let me tell you how a business transaction is conducted. If you don't use text and you don't use email, then you do it the old-fashioned way. You write out a contract. And a contract doesn't have to be complicated. You grab the nearest roll of toilet paper and the nearest crayon, and you write down, I am handing you $1,500, and he gives you a receipt for the $1,500. And then you say, I authorize you to buy only the following: a Honda. It can't be older than this. It can't be more mileage than this. It can't be that. It can't be that. You write it all down. Or I got a better idea. Do your own business. If you're using him to help you into the business, just have him go with you. And if you can't go that day, then don't go and do the business. But you turn around, you hand him your money. You don't even go to look at the thing. And then now you want me to believe that you were really careful and had all these demands that you can't prove that you made beforehand. No. You are the person with the burden of proof when you come to court. You must prove your case. My verdict in this case is for the defendant.
But let me tell you something. God will deal with you.
Well, unfortunately for the plaintiff, this ruling goes the other way. You're still talking to him even after the judge's ruling. You're still talking to him in the courtroom. What are you telling him?
Because I trust him, that's why I gave him my money. I didn't know he's a thief. This guy is a thief. Believe me, this guy, he duped Larry, he duped other people. If I know this, I trust him. That's why I didn't have him to sign paper for me.
Well, looking at everything, look at it now. What mistake did you make?
I made a lot of mistakes. My mistake is that next time I will ask people, buy me, this is what I want, this is what I want.
Write everything down.
Yes.
Keep records.
Yes.
And you don't just go by just pure trust and give them all the power.
Yes.
You keep the power?
Yes. Yes, I learned a lot.
Okay.
I learned a lot.
All right. Head right down that way with Officer McIntosh. All right, come on in here. This is a woman who is not very happy with the business deal that you used.
Honestly, I did this thing with open heart. I didn't get anything out of it. I was doing him a favor to buy him a car from the auction. I gave him all the documents, not knowing that it was going to come out like this. That's why I didn't have any.
Well, how could she be so unhappy if you did such a great job?
Well, they frustrated her in Nigeria. I believe they overcharged her to clear the car out from Nigeria Customs. So she's now...
She says you're a thief. What are you?
Well, only the judge can judge. She's no judge.
Okay, over to Harvey.
You know, the judge talked about drawing up a contract on toilet paper, and that wasn't just really a joke. You can have a legally binding contract that's written on toilet paper. There's no magic to a contract. You have to put down the essential terms and then sign it, and that would be the basis of having a contract with the essential terms. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.